My name is Chris Sack here with listingmachine.com. I am the sales and marketing manager here for Conversion. So work with a lot of our clients on a lot of different programs. One that you've invested in is our seller lead program, Listing Machine. So hopefully your account should have gone live already. If it is not, feel free to shoot me an email. You'll have my email here in just a moment as well. So go ahead and getting started. So what should you be doing with Listing Machine? So first step is you definitely want to download our mobile app, which is called Client. So that's how you're going to be managing all of your leads. So how to download the Client app, you simply just go to theclientapp.com and you'll see a link there in the lower right corner actually to download for either Android or for Apple iTunes. The Client app is how you manage all of your leads, how you make any adjustments to your account. So make sure to go to clientapp.com. It is free. Just make sure when you do sign up for it, you just use the email address that you signed up for Listing Machine. Within the Client app, a few different things. So once you have it installed, you'll notice this little circle towards the top of the screen, and when you click on it, you're going to see an option for Listing Machine. Once you are in the Client app within Listing Machine, a lot of really cool features. So one, it's going to have all your leads in order that they came in. You're also going to be able to see, you can export your leads. You can adjust settings. Make sure you guys can hear me okay. Awesome, I will. Thank you. All right, you can adjust settings within. You can also go through and take a look. So if you're in an area where you're not getting a lot of phone numbers, within the Client app, you can actually look up additional phone numbers. So we'll cover that here as well in just a moment. So taking a look here, and let's go to the next slide. There we go. All right, so I clicked on the settings within the Client app. So now within the settings, I can adjust my name, company name. I can get carbon copied in all the leads. You can update your disclosure or the disclaimer that goes on all postcards. Show unit number. If you are in an area that has condo or units, you definitely need to make sure that you have unit number turned on for your Listing Machine account. The other big question, you'll notice I put a ginormous big red arrow next to it, and that is turning auto on and off. So agents always ask me, Chris, what does it mean if I have auto on with Listing Machine? So when we generate you a seller lead, the system, if it's set on auto, the system will actually reach out and text your lead for you. That happens automatically, typically happens within seconds of them actually signing up on the website. And so if you have auto on, that's done for you. I have a lot of agents that say, Chris, I do not want you guys to send an evaluation. I want to be in control of every seller lead. You're going to be the agent who wants to turn auto off. What that means is we're going to still alert you, hey, you got a new lead on 123 Main Street, but then it's up to you as the agent to do all the dirty work. We're still sending a postcard to that homeowner's house. However, it's going to be up to you to actually reach out and try and convert that seller. Another really cool feature is you can look up additional phone numbers. So you'll notice once you get within the leads, you'll see a section here where you can actually click a button that's look up phone number. When you look up the phone number, it'll pull up all of the homeowners associated with that address on White Pages. And then a really cool feature is you can actually see on the right side of the screen here, it actually shows you if it's a Verizon cell phone number or if it is a landline. It'll tell you the number associated with that homeowner. This is a brilliant feature. I'm a big fan of it. Any agents that are doing online lead generation, check out a website called whitepages.com, or also there's another really good one we're a big fan of here at Conversion called people.com, PIPL.com. So that'll help you get into more and more conversations with some of your leads. The other thing with Listing Machine is you can embed this into your website. So a lot of agents over the year, they've used a program called Market Snapshot. So they've plug and played it into their entire website. Same exact thing. So you have embedding options. You can put this into a lot of different areas of your business. So if you have a personal website, you can embed it into your personal website. So for any agents who don't use Conversion, maybe you've got a seller's page on your website right now with a bunch of information that people never read, or a landing page that never generates you any seller leads. Put Listing Machine into your website. And so you'll see on the left side of the screen here, that's actually the embedding options. And you can find that right within your Listing Machine account at the bottom. You'll see a button that actually says embedding options. You can put it into your email signature. You can paste it on Facebook. So we'll talk about those as well. Some really, really basic ways that you can embed it is putting it into your email signature. Right now, how many emails do you send out on a daily basis? And so if you think about that, so email signature, you can have a simple call to action such as, curious to know what your home is worth, click here. And when they click on that link, boom, it goes right into your Listing Machine account. So I have a lot of agents that have a lot of fun with that. And all you do is you simply make a hyperlink with Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, all the big email providers. Really, really simple to do. The other thing I encourage agents to do is purchase a domain name. And so you can purchase a domain name like San Diego House Values. That's where I'm located. Or I have agents that do a lot of farming. And if you are an agent that does farming, I'd highly recommend you take a look at another conversion product called Nosy Neighbor. It automates the entire just listed postcards. But for agents that are doing farming into a specific zip code, get a zip code specific domain name. And you can go on GoDaddy and buy these for like $2 or $3 for the entire year. So San Diego HouseValues.com, 92064values.com. And so make sure to purchase those. That's a lot more marketable, and you want to put these type of things on your business card. You don't want to put on your business card listingmachine.com/2187814 or whatever your domain name is with us. So I always encourage agents to purchase a domain name. Now, this next feature here and this next thing I coach agents on is a goldmine, email blast. So a trick question I always ask agents is, right now, how many leads that you have in your system? Let's just say for argument's sake you have 1,000. Out of the 1,000 buyer leads or past clients that you work with, how many of them are homeowners that are thinking of selling right now? And so a lot of agents don't know that question. And so one thing I strongly encourage them to do is send out an email blast. Get them to raise their hand, because if you do not ask this question, you better believe that they're going to another website to find out what their home is worth. And so, Billy, the guy you sold the house to 15 years ago, maybe he's thinking of selling because the house you sold him 15 years ago, he needs to upgrade or downgrade. His kid's graduating. Whatever the case may be. So send out an email blast. Hey, Bill, a lot of my buyers are also thinking of selling. If you're curious to know what your home is worth, click here. And you direct them right into your Listing Machine account. So I want to kind of pause here and really let that simmer for you, because I cannot tell you how many times after this training, agents will email me back and say, hey, Chris, thanks for that suggestion. I've got 500 leads in my conversion database, and I sent an email blast to them, and I got 10 seller leads right now. In a matter of an hour, I got that many leads back. So it's just a matter of asking that question and getting those homeowners really to raise their hand. If you don't have a tool that allows you to do email blast, there's a website I'm going to send you called MailChimp.com, and it's a free service, but it allows you to email blast up to 2,000 people at once for free. That's how I sent you guys the details of this meeting. The other thing is we do Facebook marketing for you. So included in your Listing Machine account, we are doing Facebook marketing. But we always have agents that say, hey, what is your secret sauce? So you'll notice this website link here in the upper right corner, listingmachine.com/Facebook.pdf. Right now, that is a PDF of step-by-step instructions of how to create a Facebook ad. So you'll see on the left side of the screen here, I took just a little screenshot, but we're literally showing you guys step-by-step. If you've ever thought about doing Facebook marketing and you're afraid of it, I'd strongly encourage you to do so. The other thing, as agents are always asking me, hey Chris, how does Facebook marketing work? And I always use the analogy of Amazon. So if I went on Amazon over the weekend and I went and shopped for a black pair of Nikes, do you notice how those black pair of Nikes start to follow you around on the internet? We do the exact same thing with Facebook. However, we're targeting homeowners. So people who are looking for real estate in San Diego or whatever market that you're in, all of a sudden when they're on their own personal Facebook, they'll start to see these ads popping up. Hey, curious, thinking of selling your home in San Diego, click here. And all we're doing is we're directing that ad right to your specific Listing Machine account. And so I encourage agents to do this. With Facebook, you do need to have an account to do additional marketing. However, for Listing Machine, as a subscriber of Listing Machine, you do not need to have a Facebook account. We take care of that marketing for you, but I always encourage agents to generate more than what we provide for you. So with that being said, we'll get to some Q&A here in just a few minutes, but a few things we've covered so far. So one, what should you be doing with Listing Machine? First thing you got to do today is go to the client app and download it. Client app, and that's client with a K, K-L-I-E-N-T app, app.com. Download the client app and start working your leads. So once you've started generating your leads through your email signature, through your email blast, through Facebook marketing, now you've got some homeowners that are in front of you. And so working with sellers online, there's two big things that you need to be ready for. And two big objections I always encourage agents to be ready for. And so I should be able to wake any of you on this call, I should be able to wake you up at 2 in the morning, throw a bucket of cold water on you and say, I'm just curious to know what my home is worth. And you should be able to handle that objection, because that's all it is. It's an objection. The other objection is you're going to run into is the computer generated value you sent me was off. And so I want to tackle that first objection here real quick and just let you guys simmer and really think about what happened with these homeowners. And so I don't know about you, but as a consumer, I personally never ever shop unless I have an intention of actually buying that. I spend hours and hours doing research online, but to give you an example, this last weekend, I wasn't just bored and decided to go on Amazon and start searching for vacuums if I really didn't have an interest or an intention of buying. And so the exact same thing with these homeowners. Think about the psychology and what happened with that homeowner through this process. So the first step is they went on Google and they were doing some real estate searches in your market. And then the second step is they went onto Facebook, and when they were on their personal Facebook, they saw an ad. And so they clicked on that ad, and when they did, they landed on your Listing Machine account. They then spent another 2-3 minutes of their life typing in their address. They typed in bedrooms, baths, square footage. And then after that, they put in their cell phone number. I don't know about you, but if I didn't have an intention of buying or never purchasing or never had the intention of an investment, I would never ever do that type of behavior. And so there's a motivation and a desire behind that. So just know that going into it. A lot of people will tell you, I'm just curious to know what my home is worth. But why are you curious? Maybe their kid's graduating. Maybe their neighbor's selling their home, and that's made them really, really fascinated because they realize that that house down the street, the value is $300,000 more than what they purchased it for 10 years ago. So just pay attention to that. I have a lot of fun with agents when I coach them on this, on how to handle those objections. So the other piece is I'm going to send you a script. And that script has how to handle these type of objections. So if you're an agent who's not as comfortable with handling these objections, I've got a script I am going to email to you. The other objection you're going to run into is computer generated value you sent me was off. Okay, so let's talk about that. And so with these computer generated value, we're pulling these comps, and our technology is pulling them for that. But there's never going to be a tool on the internet that's going to set 100% accurate evaluation. And in my opinion, if there ever is, you guys won't have a job as a listing agent. But it's just a computer generated value. So something I always tell agents is these are computer generated values. Don't let that be something, an objection for you. Know that going into the call. And if you have that attitude, you'll be pretty surprised with how actually positive people respond to it. And so when you call them, just know that one of the first text messages Listing Machine sends out is, hey, your evaluation came back at 327. Does this number seem a little high or low to you? The reason that we send that to those homeowners is because we know that they're going to come back and tell us, yeah, that number, that evaluation is off. We're expecting that. And so just be ready for that and be prepared for that. Big thing for Listing Machine is we're trying to create an opportunity for you to have a conversation with your lead. So that's something I always encourage agents to do, is just be prepared to handle those objections. So hopefully that was helpful. Moving on here. Some other strategies. How do you convert seller leads? So what I would encourage you to do with every single seller lead that you're generating through Listing Machine is do a CMA. You don't have to spend 37 hours and create this really, really big luxury pamphlet that you send to them. but just pull some recent comps in the area. After you pull those comps, send it to them. And so I have agents that will mail it to every single homeowner that they get. The other thing too, and I'll show you an example here, is we're sending postcards to every single homeowner. So that's automatically happening for you guys. But I encourage you to do a CMA for every single seller lead that you generate. The other thing is I have a lot of agents that are big on door knocking. So as you see here, my little image, I would recommend also doing some door knocking unless you're in a neighborhood like Compton or a neighborhood where that's not a good idea. So I have agents that what they'll do is they'll go to FedEx. They'll grab 50 FedEx envelopes and they'll shove the CMA within that FedEx envelope. I don't know about you, but when I go home every day and I've got a FedEx envelope on my door, it's like Christmas morning for me. I open that bad boy up right away. And so I always encourage agents to do this type of proactive approach. So you want to convert these seller leads, but there's a little bit of work that has to go into it. If this is a program that you came into and you're sitting back and you're waiting for someone to call you and say, hey, I'm ready to list my house, it's going to be a long, tedious process for you. But agents, what we see with most agents that work with this product is in the first 90 days, they're generating a listing out of it. If you are not converting, one, because you don't have phone numbers, or two, you don't have a pre-listing package, or you've never done online CMAs, reach out to us. I'm here to help. I do this all day, every single day, and as you can hopefully tell, I'm passionate about what I do. So make sure that if you do have any questions, you reach out to us. We are here to help you guys. But other than that, I did want to open it up for some Q&A here just a second. But I did tell you I was going to show you an example of what this actually looks like. So here's an example of one of the cards. It's slowly loading for us here. So this is an example of one of the actual postcards. Obviously, this is my contact information here. And then on the back side of the postcard, it has your contact information as an agent. Slowly getting it flipped around here. There we go. All right. So your agent name, the name of your company, and then your disclosure towards the bottom. So at this point, I do want to stop, and I'm going to answer any questions that we do have. So I'll go ahead and pause the recording right now,